All right, and we are on. Welcome back, everybody. It is Saturday, April 26, 2025, and for us, it is about time to say goodbye to April showers. Folks, welcome to another show. My name is Gerard. This is my little brother Alex, and the missing guy is JR, and we are your hosts of the GAJ Podcast. Hello. It has been a week. Lots to talk about. Man, there's a lot that happened this week, personally, in the news, and we're going to try and cover a little bit of it. Real quick, if you've been with us before, hey, thanks for coming back. We love having you. If you are new, please consider leaving us a comment and subscribing to the channel so we know you're there, and maybe even clicking that notification bell so you know when we are releasing our new episodes. We're going to get into it. Our first segment, if you've been with us before, you know it. So our sister. If you haven't been with us before, feel free to contribute in the comments or shoot us some ideas of your own. But we like to call it Mom's Spaghetti. This is dedicated to our favorite pastime, eating food. And I'm actually going to go ahead and lead off with Mom's contribution of the week. Let me bring that up on the board, on the screen for you all. Here it is, Mom. I think she was doing a one meal a day thing recently, so here's her whole meal for the day. Satisfied by craving for Chinese appetizers. All right. You got the egg roll, got the crab rangoon, little fried shrimp, and I guess there's steamed rice. Looks like, she has some barbecue ribs, fortune cookie. Steamed rice is not in the picture, but I think we all know what that looks like. So if that is the food, the intake for the day, that's not a bad way to go. It's, I personally like the idea of fasting. I'm not very good at it, but I try to do it. I'm more of a I like to say 16-8, but I'm more of a 15-9. Sometimes yeah, about 15-9. Does that add up? That doesn't even add up, does it? Yeah, it does. But yeah, Mom's contribution.
I do one a day meals, or they call it OMAD, one a day meal, or
one meal a day. Yep.
I was doing that for a long time, but once I started lifting heavily,
it's too hard, man.
It doesn't mix.
You need the fuel. fuel.
The thing about fasting is that it does lead to a breakdown of muscle because you don't have the protein, the consistent protein intake that's going to sustain your muscularity.
Yep.
So I did find, I'm kind of mostly 2 meals a day, roughly. I'll say roughly, and I don't look at the clock anymore. It's more like when can I fit it in? That's what she said.
But
I was doing this is like several years ago already. I was doing 1 meal a day, and that eventually evolved into I have to fast for 24 hours, and then I was looking at the clock, 24 plus hours, and then that became fast for 48 plus hours, and then follow up that with 24-hour fasting. That's why I lost a lot of fat. I lost a ton of fat.
Yeah.
I had to buy new jeans, but then
folks,
I was putting on a whole lot of muscle at the time.
Like what Alex is, it sounds kind of weird until you really read into it, but what Alex is referring to is you gotta eat. You gotta have fuel to put muscle on. If you're trying to cut fat, you're probably losing a little bit of muscle with it. But the idea is that you're more focusing on burning fat. There are ways to kind of do both, of doing more of a body transition versus a fat burn versus a muscle gain. It's very difficult, and it's a much longer process. You really need to stay dialed in. So typically what Alex does and what I do, I focus on one or the other. Either I'm trying to put muscle on, or I'm trying to reduce body fat percentage.
Yeah, you
So
can try to find a happy medium. I haven't found
you
it.
can
I've
you
been
can
trying
definitely
to find it. I
yeah,
haven't found it.
yeah, and I think that's where
I'm
you
also,
kind of
I'm not. I don't think I'm. Well, I lost a decent amount of fat, but not as much as I did the first time when I was just not eating
you're going
for
hardcore.
multiple days.
Yeah, I would say the recommendation if you don't know what you want to do, just find a sustaining point. Stay active and eat right. Like stay away.
And fasting is also a good way to counter the effects of diabetes because of the way um, it handles your
Your
insulin
insulin.
levels.
Yeah.
Yep, your resistant insulin or whatever it is that diabetics have, and obviously we come from a very diabetic family, which is why when you eat a lot and a lot frequently, I'm always reminding you, dude, we come from a diabetic family. Either
Yep. Yep.
and you're
Yeah.
over
No.
40, you're in your mid 40s now. You got to tone that shit down.
Yeah. That's why I try to save. I'm doing a lot better at it. Saving the real big intakes for the weekend and the cheat meals. I'm eating a lot cleaner during the week. I could I stay and eat cleaner? Absolutely.
It's
But
also
yeah,
it's
I
how
think
frequent you eat because that boosts up your insulin levels every time you eat something.
yeah,
What you
that's
gotta
why
do.
usually I don't necessarily look at the clock. It just kind of happens naturally during the week. I don't eat till usually at least 12 o'clock, if not 1. And sometimes if I'm real busy, it turns into 2 o'clock pretty quick. And typically I'm done eating by 9 or 10 o'clock. I kind of measure it by when Ashley gets home from work during the week. So it turns into anywhere between a 16-8 and a maybe 14-10 fast, which works. And ironically, it's more my workout schedule that's been a little inconsistent. A lot of that has to do with travel. But I've done pretty well for the last week, and ironically, I actually put weight on.
That's why it's good to be able
So
to design workouts that are good for travel.
yeah.
Like if I had to travel a lot, dude, I could always take a kettlebell with me and a jump rope or a ropeless jump rope. But a ropeless jump rope is so cool. Not cool. You look like a freaking idiot when you do it. But as far as supplementing
Dude.
regular jump roping when you don't have the space for it, it is low cost. It's like $10 to $12, maybe
Yeah.
cheaper, and it's just space conscious.
Yeah. And you know what? Jump rope, great cardio activity. You don't realize it until you do it for like 30 seconds and you're just like, you're all of a sudden you realize you're gassed. And that could even be a pretty modest pace. I don't really have anything because I think I showed this last week. This was my couple fried eggs, bacon on rice. I actually ended up throwing the bacon away. It tastes a little weird. I think it was
soft.
bad.
Ew.
What's that?
Was it soft bacon?
No, it was crunchy. Just I think it was old. It had gone bad.
Ew.
So I was like,
Food's expensive now. They're probably keeping it longer.
What's that?
Food's expensive now. They're probably just letting expired food.
Oh no! Like, I think I just didn't finish it. I think this was literally what was remaining, and I cooked it. And I'll be honest, I kind of looked at it, I'm like, I don't know. Let me cook it and find out. It cooked up fine. Like as far as the way it looked fine. But when I ate, I'm like, this might be a little too old. So ended up throwing it away, and I think I think I just skipped it altogether. I was going to make some sausage, and I just decided, you know what? I don't need the bacon today. So I just ate a couple eggs and rice. So that was the only thing I got. I should have taken more pictures. I just didn't do a very good job of it this week. You know what I did have while I was in Denver? I'm going to take this off the screen so I can get yours up. I did in the road, but no, I had Steak and Shake.
Oh, nice.
I love Steak and Shake, and I think there's one left around Kansas City, and it's not in a direction where I usually go, so I don't really have it because they've closed down most of them. But yeah, Had steak and shake. It was pretty good. And then the rest of the time I was in Denver, I tried to eat something different. So I had like a Euro wrap. That was pretty good. The owner of the shop was very nice and helped me out with, I couldn't remember the proper name, but I told him it was like ground beef wrapped up in like grape leaves, which are either dormas or dolomathes, depending on where you go. They were delicious. And he gave me a healthy serving of fries that were also very fresh and delicious. So yeah. And then I wanted like a seafood. And they had the shaker bag style, which is really good, except for I was in a hotel room. So I decided not to do that. So I got like some gumbo, which was pretty tasty. But anyway, let me put yours up on because I am craving what you're having and hoping we're going to do that soon.
Today, this is my weekly Filipino food. I can make it bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
This is way more than I typically get.
I was going to say, that looks like a lot.
They gave me, the lady that was putting the food in the container, she actually put a lot in there and she couldn't even close the container. I was like, I'm fine with it. I'm cool. Up there at top.
Fair enough.
Up there at top, we have chicken adobo. Hard to tell because it's all in a small container and kind of squished together. Right next to some chicken afritada. And then when I was getting that, I was like, man, I can't believe they don't have pork adobo because usually I like to get two types of meat. This is both chicken. So I was like, she's like, you want anything else? I said, give me lumpia. Because I want some pork. I eat a lot of chicken and turkey normally. I kind of want some different type of meat. So usually I get pork adobo, but they didn't have it. They only had chicken adobo. So I got chicken adobo, and I was like, well, I got to get another type of meat. I'm going to get lumpia Shanghai.
Yeah, I fucking love lumpia.
Only $3 for those four.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Because they're a little bit bigger than like, what mom used to make, right?
Well, they used to make them half that size, and they give you 8.
Oh, okay.
Now they just make them longer, and they give you 4. Versus rice.
I think that's probably not bad because it's better for them, so they can use less wrap, right? Less eggo wrap, and then you aren't having too much of the wrap. You got more in the middle. So I think the middle filling is probably about the same, but they probably don't have to use as much.
It was good. Tomorrow is my longanisa eggs.
Ooh!
Right, probably after I play football.
We have plans tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know that we confirmed, but we had talked to our neighbors about going to the Filipino restaurant out here in the KC area for lunch, and I might see if they will do a proper Filipino breakfast for me if we do end up going, because that sounds delicious. Of course, if they don't, then I will be more than happy to order something else because I don't get Filipino food very often, so I'm all for it. But yeah, that looks good. Man, the lumpias.
I had lumpia in a long time.
That sounded pretty good.
I ate all of that too. Nothing came home with me.
Hell yeah!
It came home. It came out in poop form.
Yep. It went out the exit only.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's Ball and Spaghetti, folks. If you would like to participate, we'd love to have you participate. Shoot us something in the comments, or you can even email us at gagepodcast@gmail.com with your pictures, or maybe something that you want us to try. We'd be more than happy to try that. While Alex is doing the funky chicken.
Were you able to hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep. All right, what's next on the list? Hey, Dad, watch this. This is kind of loosely the adventures of the week, of the past week. Let me go to mine. Let me see here. I mentioned that I was in Denver for work this week. So So I kind of just have a picture of my view from when I was. This was actually before my meeting, so I was actually at a Panera Bread, looking at the mountains. There's still snow on them. It was a little bit of a tease because I was in a work car, which, by the way, I don't suggest if you are in the KC area driving to Denver if you don't have to. I probably won't do that again. I drove in the work car, which kind of sucked because that meant I couldn't go play in the mountains. But also, I couldn't go play in the mountains because I was there for work. So it is what it is. Stared at the mountains where I wanted to go in my car, but I had to work. But it was a productive week. Man, it was productive and not productive because I spent a lot of time in the car. Drove to Denver Monday morning, like I left at like 6 a.m. And it took me probably about 14 hours because I had to stop for a couple of calls. And I was there till Thursday, which on Thursday, instead of driving home, which would make sense, I drove to Springfield, Missouri, which was about 3 hours further than Kansas City. So, I spent a lot of time in the car, and I got home late yesterday from Springfield and slept most of today to catch back up. But yeah, that was a view of the mountains. That was cool. I wish I would have taken more pictures, but everything else I have was more work related. So due to confidentialities, we are not going to show those pictures. We'll get into some of this other stuff in a little bit. Anyway, Alex, you got anything cool? You have any cool pictures from like flag football or anything?
Well, we took a week off because of Easter, so we don't play.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Tomorrow was actually our last game for the season until
right
season begins. So I really didn't do anything other than today when I went to share screen.
Yeah, buddy, looking good, baby.
That's a very unflattering angle. It looks like I'm going bald. Like my hair.
Yeah, you had to have the camera a little higher.
Yeah, well, you can tell I don't take selfies very often.
Looks good. You like them with the shoes? I think it looks good, dude. You like it?
I don't wear light clothing because I stain them up a lot.
Yeah.
And when I was in college, I realized that I need to stop wearing white T-shirts because I get that yellow stain.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to do with the deodorant, so I switched my deodorant too.
Okay.
But I just don't wear white stuff because I stain them in all. I stain them from the outside. I stain them from the inside.
Yeah.
I'm a big stain magnet.
Even though you don't have your dress shirt tucked in yet, looks good, dude. I like it. Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it fits pretty well.
Good.
I don't wear
and we get to wear sneakers instead of like uncomfortable dress shoes, dude.
That's kind of common now. I noticed that during draft coverage where you see people, the guy that comes out and announces the picks, he's wearing a suit and then he's wearing sneakers.
Oh, I love it. It's the thing, man. It's the thing.
No one wants to wear those freaking dress shoes. Those are fucking uncomfortable, dude.
No. I actually paid a lot for my dress shoes because they're more comfortable. They have a sneaker feel, but they're still not as comfortable as the ones we're wearing with the suits for the wedding. So, which, by the way, man, that's coming up. Ashley's got a countdown and everything, so it's coming up. I'm excited, man. Have everybody in the tropical paradise. I'm excited. It's going to be cool.
That's all I did today. No, I almost didn't do that because it actually rained a good amount today. It rained and then it stopped, and then it rained again. I was like, well, I don't want to get it if it's raining.
Yeah, you don't want to start getting. They don't exactly give you a waterproof bag. It's a nice bag for like.
Mine's like a garbage bag.
It's a garbage bag?
No, it looks like it's pretty much a garbage bag. It's just a clear plastic bag.
Oh. Well, that kind of pisses me off because they gave me a nice like manufacturer like it was like a canvas bag.
No, mine's like before you start having to pay for plastic bags at the grocery store, where they're really thin. That's what I got.
Oh my. Oh well, damn. That's annoying.
I mean, is it supposed to come with a a bag you can transport it in?
Yeah, like what was the name? It was it's their Joseph Abood suits. I got a Joseph Abood bag, like with a zipper and then like handles on both ends, so that if you can fold it up and put it in your suitcase.
I might go back there and be like, "What the fuck, dude? Send me a picture of it."
Yeah, I will. I'll get one after the show.
Mine's really just like a plastic bag. It looks like it's gonna last about 2 days.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have to bring some bags for you to redo it in, because it's by the time you get to Costa Rica, it's gonna be ripped. So I'll have to bring you another bag. Yeah, let me. I'll take a picture and see if they'll bring it to you. I bet those fuckers just said to be like, he doesn't need it. We're gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of when I was there, they're kind of busy. So like he's brought out my suit, and I kind of let me go on my own. I'm like, aren't you supposed to like check it and shit?
Check it, yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I don't want to wait around. So I looked in the mirror and said, it fits.
Well, it looks good, man. It looks good.
I had to go find that guy. Be like, can I have a bag for this? He's like, yeah, hold on. And he gave me that.
Oh my god!
I wouldn't even say it's a trash bag, because it's not. Trash bags are stronger.
It's really that clear bag that you get like when you go to the dry cleaners.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah, it's like this is gonna tear in like 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason the dry cleaners give it to you in that. It's because they just need you to get it home, and then they expect you to throw it away when you pull the shirt out to wear it. Come on, salespeople. Well, I'll send you a picture, and yeah, we'll get that fixed hopefully. But the suit looks good.
I might message Dad too. Like, did they give you a bag for your suit?
I'm gonna ask Ashley's dad and brother too, because they got their suits, and I want to know.
Let me know. I want to find consistency and be like, well, and if there's like an item code for it or something like that, if they know. Like, look at your receipt, see if there's like an item code or.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
This comes with a bag you can transport it, not like some piece of trash bag, or not even as strong as trash bag.
That's kind of lame-o. Lame-o, man. All right. Well, we'll quit complaining about the suits, because, quite frankly, at least the main part, the suit and the shirt and the shoes, they fit, they look good. So thanks for doing that. All right. Moving right along to another fun segment and a little ode to Alex's personal project called I Play Nerd, which, by the way, before we get started, this is Alex's personal project. It's his YouTube channel. Please, once you're done watching this episode, head on over to @iPlayNerd on YouTube and check his channel out. Some fun stuff with regards to superheroes and action figures, and even a little storyline around the action figures. So,
and walking around stores looking for action figures, looking at action figures,
toy hunts, baby,
and being disappointed when I don't find anything cool.
Yeah, but you get to see what's there, so check it out. Check it out. I forgot to take pictures. I got some new shoes, some New Balances that I'll be honest, I might have gotten them a touch too small, but at least in the website they're pretty comfortable. Wore them to Colorado. They're black, that way I can't stain them, and they're pretty cool looking. But I'm gonna have you. Do you have something up to add to the stage?
Not screen share. Let me take that off.
Oh, okay.
Look like I'm screen sharing. There you go. Okay. I do have,
okay.
Shit. I can show on camera though. So when
do it,
I was in the superheroes, and that really stems from back in the '80s when I'd watch cartoons and I watched Superman the movie, and one of the cartoons that I watched, which actually I think started in the '70s, and then they just kind of re-aired it in the '80s when I was a kid, and then I think they made newer episodes in the early '80s. It was called the Super Friends, which was Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Which kind of spurred off, why did I like comic books? Why did I like superhero movies? But they never actually made Super Friends toy line. They made Superpowers, which was similar, but they never made an actual Super Friends toy line, as far as I know. Until today. And I got
the Super Friends.
I knew when they announced they're gonna be making this. It even says Super Friends on it. It's got the cartoon.
Oh yeah, dude, that's cool.
Once they announced this, I was like, oh man, I gotta get that. And they actually made it. They're actually cheaper than some of the other action figures that are out there. It's at a lower.
Hold those up again. I saw the Green Lantern and who else?
Green Lantern and
Batman. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to get all of them because economy and tariffs. Yeah. They push price. Toy
well, I mean, here's the thing: if you do want to end up with all of them, now might be the time to do it before all the prices go up.
Now it's like the packaging looks so cool too.
Yeah, like, man. I almost think you don't want to. I wouldn't be mad at you if you didn't take them out. Whoa, that's too close.
I want to open them, but I also want to save the packaging somehow. But I always say that, and then I'll keep packaging around, and then it'll just look like I'm hoarding crap, and I'm like, all right, I'm throwing that out now. So usually when I do save packaging, it lasts a month, maybe less. Then eventually I just throw it out. I take it out to the trash. But those are my Super Friends, Batman, Green Lantern. They're a couple other. They're bad guys, but I think I'm just gonna get the good guys because there's space limitations.
Yeah. And it's a lot. That can become a lot. That's kind of cool. I hope you get more of them because those are cool. I decided to look up the shoes while you were doing that, and I'm just gonna show them just because I think they kind of look cool. Got a little bit of a camo effect, but yeah, pretty comfortable. They're DSWs. I don't know what it is about athletic shoes from DSW. They don't quite feel like they're at the same standard as shoes you get from like Dick's Sporting Goods or REI, but I was going more for something fairly cost effective that I can take to Costa Rica, and if they get messed up, I'm not that overly disappointed. But I do like them quite a bit, and they're pretty comfortable. If you like them.
How much were they?
I think I got them on sale for like $70. Or maybe, no, yeah, $70 because they're like 90 and I don't remember what I had, but they're pretty cool. I like them. They look good. They're pretty comfy, and if we do any hiking in Costa Rica, they will do just fine. They've got some good teeth on them. They actually, like, the teeth are pretty good, like the grip, the traction. It almost got, I had to get used to them because they were kind of getting stuck on my gas pedal a little bit.
Oh, that sucks. That's why you bring another pair of shoes to driving.
They're comfortable enough to drive, and I just wasn't used to them because the other shoes I typically wear just to go to the office are my Hey Dudes or Crocs. So, but yeah, DSW kind of pretty good comfy shoe that doesn't break the bank. But anyway, folks, that is I Play Nerd. We're going to get into another fun one. This is a little bit newer, and I think this is only the third week we're doing it. Probably second week because we ran too long on another episode. And we have decided to call it What You Watching? We all spend plenty of time on YouTube, on streaming services, and this is all about what we're watching. You know what I'm watching? I'm watching The Last of Us, but I'm a week behind, so please don't spoil it because I'm going to watch both episodes tomorrow. Last week's and this week's.
You avoided spoilers already.
I know.
This is like Game of Thrones level type of episode from last week.
Really? Okay. Well, I apologize if anybody was looking for any recaps. We aren't doing that this week because I need to catch up.
This is like the one where people should have, like, people that know the story, if they're watching it with people who don't know the story, they're secretly like recording their friend reacting to it, like they did on Game of Thrones for the Red Wedding.
Okay. I am not a gamer, so I don't know the video game, so I would be one of those people that you could record because I don't know the story.
I've never played the game. I just found out what happens last year after last year. And I was like, damn it. I wish I didn't know.
I ruined it for myself.
But now it's all that I know has pretty much been it's happened already.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be catching up on that, and we will certainly talk about it next week. What I've watched, I started catching up on the Cubs games a little bit. Not necessarily the whole game, but if the game looks close, I'll turn it on. And holy hell, the other day, the Cubs and Dodgers finished a 4-game series that started in Tokyo to begin the season. Unfortunately, the Dodgers took both against us in Tokyo, but going into a 2-game series in Chicago, we took them both, and the last game ended with an Ian Happ walk-off, baby. Game-ending single in the 10th inning to rally past the Dodgers, 11-10.
Did we cover
Go
this
Cubs, go!
Didn't we cover this?
No, we talked about their absolute stomping of. Well, no, they had a pretty exciting one against the Padres last week.
The Dodgers. What day was this game?
This was on the 20. This was on the 22nd. That was Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, last week I talked about a game against the Padres where in the 8th inning they gave up a 6-run lead and the Padres went up like 8-6, I think. No, they went up 11-6. And so we had to rally in the 9th inning and put up a spot and won by 2 runs. So it was exciting. It was exciting. Also been watching, hard to ignore it, the NFL draft. I am going to do one real quick here. Thoughts and prayers out to Derek Harmon. That was a tough one, man. I don't know if you read this story.
Is that one where his mom died?
His mom passed away literally like minutes after he got drafted. So, I mean, the blessing is she knows that she got to hear her son get drafted into the NFL. What's that?
I thought she was in a coma.
I don't think she was in a coma. She was on life support though. So I that's a good question. I don't know if how lucid she was. But I think it's cool that she made it long enough to hear her son's name. Hopefully hear her son's name get announced. So congratulations and condolences out to Derek Harmon, the first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers and new teammate of who did they take? Did they take McCord?
No, they took Jack Sawyer and Will Howard.
Will Howard, that's who it was.
And Jack Sawyer.
Oh, they got okay. I didn't see that part. I wasn't.
Jack Sawyer, Bears.
Yeah.
Good job not taking JT Tuimalau and Jack Sawyer or Jack Sawyer. They have multiple chances to take Jack Sawyer. Yeah,
because that was in like the 5th round.
I was watching coverage. They're like, "Who do you want the Bears to take?" And everyone's saying Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer. We have a lot of people saying Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about.
We trade back. Take fucking Jack Sawyer.
We're about to get into that. Other condolences. Sad day. Speaking of Bears, sad day for Bears. Sad week for Bears fans. Mongo passed away at the age of 67. He held on, man. He fought hard. He fought hard and was at least able to know he is in fact an NFL Hall of Famer. So I was pretty pumped about that when that got announced.
For those who don't know, he had ALS.
Yeah, he fought it for a long time. Like that was announced a long time ago. So he had a pretty advanced case of it. And he held on, and man, I was pretty glad when he finally got inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. Obviously, he couldn't get to. Unfortunately, he couldn't get to. I was about to say Cooperstown to Akron, but they did get him a jacket, and he is in fact an NFL Hall of Famer. Rest in peace, Steve Mongo McMichael. Bear down, Chicago Bears. What else do we have for? What have you been watching, man? You have anything?
Yeah, I like to break it down between 3 segments. There's going to be TV shows, there's going to be movies, and there's going to be YouTube.
Let's get into it.
I'll start off with movies, which hasn't been much. I wanted to watch Moana 2, so I started watching it
right.
Sunday, and I knew I was tired. I knew I was going to fall asleep. So I fell asleep watching it, and then I'd wake up, and I'd rewind it, and I'd fall asleep watching it again. Then I'd wake up, and I'd rewind it, and I'd fall asleep again, and eventually I woke up again. I don't care that much. So I turned it off. I think I put on some like YouTube videos that were, for the ADD crowd out there. It's like, if I fall asleep, I don't care. There's no storyline. It's just like, here's a new toy or here's fitness videos or whatever. So that's kind of like what I've been streaming. In addition to that, I've always watched Australian comedy because I try to begin my my work days with something funny.
I like it. Get the endorphins going a little bit.
Yeah, or just get something that's puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
I did watch. I'm trying to catch up on movie trailers. So I watched a trailer for Predator Badlands, the new Predator movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty cool. I don't know when it comes out though. Sometime this year, maybe. Leading up to the draft, I was watching a lot of mock drafts, which is probably one of the biggest wastes of your time. But you're just like,
yeah.
Who does this guy say? Who does this guy say? No, you're wrong. And then, of course, I watched draft coverage for the past 3 days.
I've been trying to. You gave me a little play-by-play while I was in the car, so appreciate that. And
then today it was on early in the morning for here, noon Eastern, 9:00 a.m. this time, my time. So I was listening to a Bears YouTube channel while I was lifting weights, and then it's someone that was on the treadmill had the TV on it, so I was able to take a break and look at what was going on. So I was able to watch the actual coverage. So it's been the past 3 days. And then TV shows, of course, I'm watching The Last of Us. That's a must, once a week. Star Wars Andor has come back, and that is a Star Wars show for adults, not for kids.
Yeah?
And they kind of give you, it's on Disney Plus though. That's the thing. It's more suited for Max. And they kind of set the tone for last season. They set the tone where the first episode, the first scene is in a fucking whorehouse. Not that they show like space boobies or anything like that, or space nudity. Well, when I say space, it's actually on a planet, but it's in a whorehouse. So it's kind of like, well, it's a good way to set the tone. Be like, just so you know what you're getting into. Just so you know, this isn't for kids. There's no cute droid, or there are droids around. There's no like cute characters or anytime it's not merchandisable. I'll say that it's not as merchandisable as other Star Wars shit. But something that happens in this season, totally did not expect to see this on the Star Wars show. There is an attempted rape. Oh shit! Spoiler alert! There's an attempted rape, and I was like, "Whoa!" And the chick even said he tried to rape me.
Wow,
that's not something we.
That's heavy.
Yeah,
that's heavy.
It's like a very high, powerful person tries to rape a person who's not very powerful.
Wow, that's
like that guy tried to rape me.
That's heavy.
She says rape in the show. So
yeah, there's no mistaking it. There's no mistaking it.
He's gonna get a lot of complaints about it. The only thing I noticed about the show, and it's kind of I just noticed it this week, is that Star Wars is known for going to different planets. You see different types of people, different types of aliens. It's mostly humans that they show. They don't show a lot of aliens, which kind of it's almost like
interesting.
I need to see aliens. It's got that feel of this is a serious show. This is more like Succession as opposed to some other Star Wars show.
Huh.
It's on that level, but you gotta keep it Star Wars by showing different types of aliens. They go to different planets, but you gotta show different types of humans and aliens to make it feel.
Yeah.
And just so you know where we're at. Sure, there's like rape in a whorehouse, but you gotta show aliens too.
But not different like galaxies or planets or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, they are, but they're very humanoid looking.
Yeah. And to kind of add to the
like no Jabba the Hutt or
no Jabba the Hutt, but this is a show about leading up to a war. This leads up to the original Star Wars trilogy, and there's a lot of dialogue. So a lot of people are like looking for the pew pew and the bang bang and the action. It's like, no, this is like political and people trying to raise money to fund a rebellion, and then people kind of turning on them, and people getting assassinated, and people planning on assassinating people. So it's heavy. It's very heavy. It's very heavy.
I don't know if I'm going to be into that.
Yeah, that's what I know. It's like people can't. Sometimes people can't distinguish. This is like more like Succession than Star Wars, but they say Star Wars and they expect Star Wars, not Succession.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you watch the Batman. You're like, no, this is like Seven. This is like the movie Seven. It's not like a Marvel movie. This is the movie Seven. And they can't really, their mind can't really.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, that's okay. We're not. This isn't a criticism. It's just people's brains.
Yeah.
We all process things a little bit differently. I'm literally saying I don't know if I'm one of those people that I think my brain wouldn't be able to.
I want to see lightsabers and all that.
Process it in a Star Wars fashion. So,
and like I said, I think it'd be better suited for Max because you'd be like, okay, I'm not on Disney. I'm not watching some little something. This is serious. There's assassinations. There's sexual assault. There's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of character. You have to listen to what's going on. And sometimes I have a little hard time keeping up. And eventually, I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill that fucker. Holy shit, they're planning on killing someone. But yeah, so that's adult Star Wars, which is cool. It's cool that for me who's into nerd culture, you can have a movie like the Batman where it's not just this is gonna be a typical superhero movie, blah blah blah. Sure, it has those elements, but no, this is a detective movie. This is a movie like Seven, where if you read the comics like I did, Batman debuted in the comic book called Detective Comics. So to have a movie where he's a detective makes perfect sense.
There's an education for you folks. The original Batman was not a Batman comic book.
It was Detective Comics.
It was a detective
I don't know the
comic
number,
book.
132. Who knows? But it's kind of funny because the previous Star Wars TV show, which is called Skeleton Crew, which was also good, was more like an 80s Amblin movie. Amblin being E.T., Goonies, Stand By Me, that time. Like if you watch, you can probably watch the trailer and be like, dude, this looks like an 80s TV show or an 80s movie. So yeah, it was very charming. Very charming.
Okay.
That's for kids. That one is actually for kids. Although I don't know if that caters to modern day kids. Because I say it works for kids. That works for me as a kid. Where I'm like, dude, just like Goonies and
what's
E.T.
it called again?
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew.
It's a bunch of kids on a planet going on an adventure.
I might have to check that one out.
It's very 80s. It's very 80s. To say that much. I don't know what kids watch now. Nah, they watch. They stare at their phones.
Man, I watched
one last show.
Yeah,
Just came back on Netflix, and they dropped all episodes at once. It's been 2 or 3 years since the last season, and that is the TV show You, which is in its finale.
I think I'm gonna try and get Ashley into that one because I think I'd like to rewatch the first 2 seasons and then because this is what the 3rd or the 4th season.
4th and final. And I was like, how are they gonna do this? It's probably gonna be played out. And then in the 2nd episode, I was like, oh, you hooked me, motherfuckers. You're so smart, you guys. You did.
Gotta do it.
I was like, oh, he's going back to New York. Okay, well, that's where the show started. What's gonna happen? They're like, dude, here's this character. Oh, you got it. like a fish going for the worm. I actually didn't know about this it was coming back until I was watching After Midnight a couple of weeks ago, and Anna Camp was on there. And Anna Camp is really fucking funny. Just her as normal. Anna Camp was I know her from Pitch Perfect. She's the girl that pukes. She's like the leader of the Bellas, and she's the one that.
Oh yeah.
So she's obviously good looking, but she was on After Midnight, and I just think she's naturally funny.
Really?
Like, oh, watch her on season 4 of You coming out April whatever on Netflix. I was like, oh, that show's coming back. Spoiler alert: she plays 2 characters. She plays a set of twins. That's not.
I might have to, but she's funny, like stand-up comedian funny.
No, just like when she talks.
Oh, okay.
She's just funny. She's not a comedian. She's not a stand-up.
Plays some good funny characters.
But she plays a more bitch role in You. Well,
okay.
What I think is kind of a play on the Hilton twins. We had Nikki and Paris.
Mm-hmm.
One kind of went more. Nikki Hilton became more business, and Paris Hilton became more like socialite. She does that. She's like one's more very business. One's more socialite. One's like an influencer. So that's all I'm going to say about her. The character, and then the main character does what he does, and I forgot how much I like that show. It's the way it is, where the main character, he's a main character. You kind of hear his inner monologue or comment. I don't know, it's like inner monologue or commentary, almost like he's commenting on. He's doing like a director's cut or a director's commentary where he's talking about the show. But it's very. I like the way it's structured, and it's just.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's about a stalker. It's about a guy who does bad things. But once you get past that, yeah, I'd say they hooked me on last night when I started watching it.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to get Ashley into it.
Watch it tonight. It is Netflix. It is. They dropped everything at once, the entire season at once.
Did you know? Sidebar. Did you know Anna Camp was married to Skylar Aston?
Yeah, I think they're divorced though.
Yeah. I didn't know that. The guy, and for those of you that don't know, because I didn't know this. I mean, I knew, but I didn't actually know the actor Skylar Aston. But he plays
the male
Anna Kendrick's boyfriend in the first 2 Pitch Perfects.
Yeah, they're teasing a 4th one before the pandemic, and then I think the pandemic may have killed it.
Oh, I thought the 3rd one, they kind of put a finale on it because she gets her music contract and they all start going about their different paths.
You could always bring them back.
Yeah, that's true.
In some way, shape, or form. But they're heavily teasing a 4th one on social media, and I was like, all right, well, let's do it. Then the world kind of shut down, and I haven't heard anything since.
That's unfortunate.
All those actors from Pitch Perfect, they're legit friends. They all hang out. I'll check out stuff. I'll check out Anna Kendrick's Instagram, and they're just hanging out together.
Yeah, especially her and Brittany Murphy, I think, right?
Murphy, yeah. Just some of the characters are more in the background. They'll just be hanging out with them.
That's cool. You brought up Netflix, so I looked it up. We watched a documentary today. Just because Ashley's not into the draft, so we did watch something else. It's called Sweet Bobby, My Catfish Nightmare. Here's the thing.
It's about Manti Te'o?
No. This is a girl in England, and she gets catfished for 8 years. And I'm not going to get into it. It's kind of weird because it's somebody that she knows very well that was catfishing her for 8 years. But basically, she's got this love interest that she had never met in person for 8 years. So while she was wronged by this person that's very close to her, I get it. That person's a terrible person. But also, how fucking dumb are you? You dumb fucking dummy. 8.5 years, you didn't see this. You never met this person in person. And
it's called IRL, according to the kids.
IRL?
IRL in real life.
Just my point is, guys, be smart on that. I know a lot of things happen online now. Let's use a little more common sense. Recognize when something just doesn't make sense, especially for 8 years.
Yeah, people are dumb.
We watch it because I was like, this is going to be a train wreck. We went into it, and I'm like, just so you know, I'm going to think this girl is an absolute dumb dummy, but I'm going to watch it anyway.
Where does she live?
In England. She was Indian British chick.
Is it like is it London or is it somewhere big?
She lived in London, yeah.
Oh, man. See, I was expecting it to be like someone that lives out in the boonies.
Yeah, no. And in London, she's a radio personality. Like, come on.
Okay, well.
Guys.
Normal people are
recognize when you're getting catfished. And even if it's a real person, like if they're
it's just
dodging.
Doing something stupid.
Yeah.
Years. Okay, well.
Come on. Use your instincts. Something's telling you it's not making sense. Listen to it. Chances are you're not wrong. And if you are wrong, chances are there's something wrong in the mix somewhere. So, anyway, that's what you're watching. Alarm went off. We're going to get into a little bit of breaking news just so we can pray for some souls, and that is...
It's about to get really, really dark, and we're going to talk about kids getting killed.
No, just praying for Pope Francis. He unfortunately made it. He was... we're blessed that we had him for one more Easter. Unfortunately, he passed away Easter Monday morning. And there's plenty of coverage if you didn't know about it already. But Pope Francis is going to be the first pope not buried in Vatican City in over 100 years. He's actually going to be buried at another basilica. It's still in Rome, but he wanted to be among the people. So
that's cool.
He was the people's pope. That's what he's going to go down as. And God bless you, Pope Francis. Hope you're watching over us from heaven. So
I heard there's a replacement. One of the potential replacements is a Filipino.
Yep. I will. So yeah, one of the Profriti. I think that if I'm saying that correctly, who are kind of the odds-on, to put it in layman's terms, the odds-on favorites as far as who could potentially become the next pope. There's a Filipino and there is an American. Now, not to get too far into it, my prediction is it won't be the American. Pope Francis was actually very critical of not only President Trump, but also former Vice President Kamala Harris and their policies. In addition to that, the American is from Boston.
Oh, now, God, I don't want to hear that fucker talk.
No, there's that, and quite frankly, if you remember the movie Spotlight...
Yo, Jesus is wicked great, yo!
But if you remember the movie Spotlight, I mean, a lot of that was centralized and started in Boston, so I just don't know that anybody's going to be okay with that. So, I don't know that the world... I also don't know that the world wants an American pope yet.
I don't think the world wants a non-white pope, a Filipino pope.
Oh yeah, I don't know that that's going to happen either.
I mean, I'm pretty racist against people from Boston because I hate their accent.
Yeah,
it's Bill Burr. Bill Burr is fucking funny, and he won me over in Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think I have a feeling I don't. My prediction is it's not the Filipino either. Kind of to your point, for the same reason. Pope Francis was actually the first non-European pope. I don't know if you knew that. What's that? South American, yeah, from Argentina. But anyway, the So yeah, the Pope passed away. By the way, yeah, the Pope passed away Monday morning. God bless his soul. I believe conclave starts on Thursday next week.
How many popes have we seen? Have we gone through in our lifetime?
So Pope John Paul II, right? He was actually I believe he was the longest serving pope in history. I don't remember how long he served.
The short-term one.
His predecessor was Pope Benedict from Germany.
Was he a
And
Nazi?
No, because they.
We're here like Pope's a Nazi.
He can be. Catholics don't hate Jews because Jesus was Jewish.
Oh god, people don't care about facts. Jesus also wasn't white, but every time you go to church, you're like, what's he? He's always a white guy. Okay,
yeah, no. Pope Benedict resigned. That'd be Jesus. Yeah, Pope Benedict decided to resign. I think he was the first pope to ever resign and not just pass away as pope.
He kind of looks like Gollum.
He's old, yeah.
He's old.
Maybe.
Oh, he passed away too.
Pope Benedict? I thought he was still alive.
No. December 31, 2022. He died right before New Year's.
Oh. I don't know why I thought... He did not die as pope, though. He had resigned the papacy prior to his passing away.
He had a long life. He was 95. Yeah, okay. That's about right.
Yeah.
It's a long life.
So, anyway, yeah. I believe conclave starts... I think... I want to say it's like 10 days. I can't remember when the 10 days starts. If there's something else that happens and then the 10 days starts, or if the 10 days starts right from the day that the Pope passes. So if it's 10 days from that, then that would put us at Wednesday or Thursday next week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday next week. But yeah, that was pretty big news, obviously.
He was 88.
He was 88. I don't have any... This is all I have right now for the draft, but how about the free fall of one Shedeur Sanders? Wow. Let's just...
let
me just go here.
Every team.
How far did he fall? This is the first round. Cam Ward was the first quarterback taken with the number 1 overall pick. Shedeur's teammate Travis Hunter went second. And if you look through this entire list of first round draft picks, what you will notice is Shedeur Sanders was not on there.
His brother got signed after the draft as an undrafted free agent.
His brother?
Yeah.
Oh, Travis Hunter's brother.
No, Sanders. Shiloh Sanders.
Oh. I didn't even know he had entered the draft.
I don't think anyone knew he entered the draft.
I thought he was still in school.
I don't think the NFL knew he entered the draft.
Yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through here because what you're going to notice...
He didn't play for Colorado.
Shiloh?
No,
I thought he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was... By the way, I just scrolled through the second round, and if you can read fast enough, what you didn't read was Shedeur Sanders. Going through the third round, boy, oh boy, because Shedeur's not on this list either. I'm just going to spoil it for you because he wasn't in the fourth round either. We've got to go all the way to the fifth round to see Shedeur Sanders getting picked up by the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns was one of the few teams that it kind of made sense. I mean, their quarterback right now is Joe Flacco. Let's just be honest.
Also, they traded for Kenny Pickett. And
did they? I didn't know that.
I did not know that. They saw Deshaun Watson on contract for I don't know how long.
Yeah,
He's injured.
I thought he's hurt again.
He is hurt.
Oh, okay.
That's why they got Joe Flacco and traded for Kenny Pickett and drafted Dylan Gabriel.
They're just gonna see.
Or Sanders.
They're just gonna see what sticks.
Dude, they were having a very good draft. Talking about the Cleveland Browns.
I thought they did too.
Their move, they didn't get Travis Hunter, but they got next year they're going to have 2 first-round picks, and they got a good defensive tackle. Well, he's a cheater. He's from Michigan, but they got Mason Graham. And then they drafted in the second round Quinshon Judkins. I was like, damn, good move.
I think that's a very nice pick, yeah. And
then, I don't know who they picked after that, but then they drafted Dylan Gabriel, which I thought was not a good move. Dylan Gabriel's just not I just don't see him as an NFL quarterback. I thought they should have drafted Shedeur there. But he drafted Dylan Gabriel, and then he drafted Shedeur Sanders, in addition to having Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett.
So,
why?
Did they?
It's more like, oh, yeah, I forgot. You're the Browns. I complain about the Bears, but the Browns are fucking stupid.
The Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks. Yes. I just realized that.
Round after round. 4th and 5th. I know, was it?
No, 3rd and 5th.
3rd and 4th. Okay. 3rd and 5th. 3rd and 5th. That's really stupid. That's stupid. It gets.
They're gonna see what they're gonna throw them all out there and see what sticks. See who makes the most sense.
Look at the beginning of the draft. You're like, dude, good move here, and then what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you like take a stupid pill in between?
Well, in all fairness,
balance out like really good move, but a really bad move. Are you balancing it out? There's like
here's the thing. In all fairness, they took Shedeur in the 5th round. He was arguably the most talented player on the board at that point.
Oh,
and
by far.
If let's say he impresses everybody and he ends up the starter, they saved
a lot of money.
What, $25 million because they got him in the 5th round and not the 1st round?
But they also spent a 3rd round pick on Dylan Gabriel when they could have gotten another weapon or more protection.
Yeah, that one was
or whatever.
Well, maybe they believe Dylan Gabriel's the guy more than Shedeur Sanders, but when that was the best talent on the board, maybe it's a backup plan,
Maybe Gabriel's a better runner. Maybe that's what they're seeing.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't really remember.
The door to like, well, we have no one else to pick. You want to sell jerseys? Yeah, I want to sell some jerseys. All right, let's pick some.
Let's say there it is.
We need some like influencer.
Money talks, baby. Money talks.
Coverage here. Let's get Shedeur Sanders.
Anyway, let's talk about one more thing, because if you don't know, Alex and I are Bears fans. So let's do a little unexpert analysis of the Bears picks, which they had a whole bunch of picks. Look at this. I didn't hate the first pick.
I didn't
hate it. I wanted to go either pass protection or pass rush, but and also he's a Michigan alum, but he is a good tight end.
He was not the best tight end on the board, though. That's the thing. That's more like, well, as a fan, you just got to throw it to the coach and be like, well, this is what the coach wanted.
Yeah. I don't know if he's a good blocker, but he should. He's
not a good blocker. Tyler Warren's the other tight end from the guy from Penn State. He's the one that's known for being a blocker.
Okay.
Receiver. Is more of a receiver.
I would say. So, getting to see the Chiefs quite a bit, Travis Kelce being on the field opened up a lot for Noah Gray, and in turn, Noah Gray opened up a little more for Travis Kelce when Noah Gray started performing. Hopefully that becomes kind of something that happens with Loveland and Cole Kmet. I don't know. Now, second round pick was kind of interesting to me. Again, I didn't hate it because he's a good receiver, but Luther Burden, I don't know.
though. That's the thing that we didn't
He is a good receiver. I'm not saying he's
left tackle. We need an edge rusher. We need a running back. And the hierarchy of needs, those are by far what we needed, and we didn't go. We could have still. There were still other left tackles taken in the first round. Maybe not worth a 10 pick, and maybe you could have drafted. We could have traded back. I heard the Bears were trying hard to draft to move up to draft Ashton Genty, and I am so glad they didn't because I think they would have had to given up a second round pick for that.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. But
yeah, you can.
We traded back from our one of our second round picks. And I was like, no, we need that. Take one of the good guys, one of the higher skill guys. But
yeah, I feel like there's, I don't know, running back is that position where, you know, a lot of times you're not going to see many guys go too big past their rookie contract, which means there's still some good talent out there, but they just get banged up. So if you get somebody that's coming off the rookie contract that isn't as highly touted as, you know, Christian McCaffrey.
So that round 2 pick, that's pick 7. Pick 6 was not pick 6, like interception. The number 6 pick was Travion Henderson, who I really wanted for the Bears.
That would have been cool. Yeah, I saw that.
Right before the Bears. And Quinton Junkins was taken 2 picks before that, and I was like, fuck. And then we didn't take Caleb Johnson from Iowa, the running back from Iowa, and I was like, no.
Who was the cornerback that kept falling? That was kind of surprising.
Will Johnson, and I found out why. I heard he has knee problems.
Oh, okay.
Like he was. I thought he was going to be a top 10 pick, and he was not a top 10. I was surprised. When he was not in the first round, I was very surprised. And then I heard he has knee problems, and I was like, okay.
When did he go? Because was it the second round, or did he fall to the third?
I think it was second, like late.
Okay.
Second.
Well, anyway, about the Bears, again, Luther Burden's he's a good receiver, but we have receivers. I mean, I get it. We're losing. We're probably losing. What's his face that came over from the Chargers?
I heard he's gone already.
Why am I blinking?
They've released him. Yeah, we're kind of falling into that same problem that the Bears have always had, where they don't finish the offensive line.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Even at our pick in the second round, there was only one guy left that was worth taking. That was Ariante Ursary, and he was kind of borderline. Is he a day one starter or is he not? We don't know. And after he's taken, all the other tackles are just like, these guys are probably going to be your backups, and depending on who you have. But
if you were going to get a pass catcher, like you already picked up Colston Loveland, like
at that point, we just get Mika Ibuka.
If we're not going to help our quarterback fucking have time to throw the fucking ball, why do we have all these fucking receivers? Jeez.
I think we should have gotten Tyler Warren, just because I have so much PTSD from watching Bears quarterbacks getting sacked and running for their lives and getting their head off the ground, where it's like, I want someone that can block, and that was more Tyler Warren. And as a running back,
for the tight end, I gotcha.
Yeah,
I would have been okay with that.
I knew I wanted Travion Henderson because he blocks. He's able to block.
Come on.
Well, that one was like we couldn't control that. We other than trading up, we couldn't control. He got drafted earlier.
Yeah, that one. But
that pick 7 is where we could have gotten a JT Tuimalau. We got an edge rusher, one of the higher priority needs. We didn't need.
What did we need? What?
We need a slot receiver, but in the hierarchy of needs.
I mean, look at this top needs: OL, DL. By the way, we didn't even. Oops. We didn't even draft a running back.
Yeah, we did.
Or a safety.
Yeah, we did. Our last pick.
We did? I guess we did.
We drafted a guy out of Rutgers. Guy. That guy. Who I heard he's a good pick at that. At
round 7, yeah.
Yeah, number 220, whatever.
233.
We drafted 2 left tackles, but they're like, they might get cut. They're probably not better than what you already have. It's like they might be backup.
I felt like the first three.
We didn't finish the offensive line. We needed trench work. I mean, we didn't really address that.
Yeah,
with backups,
we had
potential backups.
We had a top 10 pick, and then we had 3 second-round picks, and I felt like we could have done better. I
heard that.
I'm more than happy to be wrong about that. I am more than happy to be wrong about that. But
I think I heard Shamar Turner can play edge, but can play does not mean that's his specialty.
I didn't.
His specialty is edge. Jack Sawyer, who we could have taken many times, his specialty is edge.
Oh, jeez.
Sawyer was taken, I think, in the 5th, so we could have taken him like 4 times. He's gone to the Steelers. I think he's a Steelers fan, so I'm happy. Kind of happy on that. And he's with Will Howard. If they don't cut Will Howard.
Oh man, I don't.
All 3 former Ohio State quarterbacks did get drafted. First one that went off the board was Kylie McCord. And then 4 picks later was Will Howard. And then what I believe was the last quarterback drafted was Quinn Ewers.
Quinn?
To the Dolphins. It was back.
Did you expect Kyle McCord to go ahead of those 2?
I still would have expected Will Howard to go ahead, but
me too.
I would expect yours to go ahead of both. It was more like
me too.
And who do you like?
I would have just flipped that order. That would have been my expectation. Quinn, Will Howard, Kyle McCord, but what do I know? I don't know anything. So anyway, man, Ryan Poles, you did a great job getting us in a position to have some monster picks.
I didn't exactly pick the greatest.
I hope I'm wrong about my opinion on that.
There's one pick, Ruben Hippolyte. In the 4th round, we picked Ruben Hippolyte, linebacker out of, I think, Maryland. And when we drafted him, the show I was watching said, I've never heard of this guy before.
Are you talking about what's his name? Seth Rollins?
No, I was watching Bears chat now, and then I was watching another Bears YouTube channel where a draft analyst said they picked a guy who I did not have in my database. That's off the radar this guy was. This pick is like a grade F pick. Like, that was stupid. This guy would have been available as an undrafted free agent, and he picked him in round 4.
Well,
it was on no one's radar. This is like the Mitch Trubisky. Well, it's not as bad as Mitch Trubisky.
No, that was just...
That's number 2, but this guy was on no one's radar, and we picked him in the 4th round. When we could have drafted Jack Sawyer.
Well, at least we had this happen for us. I don't know if you saw this. Seth Rollins coming out and then... come on, damn it. Seth Rollins coming out and announcing... I don't remember which pick it was. I don't remember which... But he just stuck it to Green Bay. Coming out there with a belt, all Chicago Bears out. Talking about the best team in the NFC. Talking about Caleb Williams being undefeated in Lambeau Field.
He said
it was awesome.
The Bears are 1-0 and the Packers are 0-2.
It was awesome. It was awesome, especially because the draft is in Green Bay. I think I'm a Seth Rollins fan now. So
I don't watch wrestling.
I don't either. But it was fucking awesome. If you got to watch it, I'm gonna take that off the screen now so we don't get copyrighted. But man, it was awesome hearing all Green Bay boo, and he just leaned into it. It was great. It was great. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Anyway, we are well past the hour, so it's time to get into some closing thoughts. Before we do, we would like to remind you to leave a comment. Ask you to leave a comment on the episode. Give us some fact checks. Give us your opinions about the draft. Any contributions you'd like to make to any of our segments, like Mom Spaghetti. And don't forget to like the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what we're doing and would like to help us out. And what would really help is if you hit that notification bell so you know when our new episodes are available to watch. If you would like to make any contributions but prefer to remain more anonymous, you can also shoot us an email at gagepodcast@gmail.com. All right, getting into closing thoughts. Alex, lead us off.
Why do people front wipe?
Ow.
Should I try that?
I mean, aren't you just smearing poop on your balls?
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't know why people front wipe.
That's weird.
I feel like you should YouTube this and be like, is this hygienically beneficial? Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts. I like it. Well, as I mentioned, we're at the end of April, which means it is time to say goodbye to April showers, and
are we gonna do that NSYNC song?
Slide into May.
Are you gonna do the NSYNC song?
The way Shedeur Sanders slid into the 5th round. Because, as Alex is leading up to, when we come back, say it with me, it's gonna be May. Alright guys, that's been another episode. We would like to, let me get this going. We'd like to thank you for once again joining us for another episode of the GAJ Podcast. We will see you guys next week. Do it. Heyo. Bye-bye.